Well, good morning. It's not quite 10 o'clock, but I'm just making sure that everything is working, and it looks to be. Now, I'm not sure that anybody's going to be with me this morning because it is the July 4th weekend, and maybe lots of you are already traveling or whatever, maybe going to some little vacation spots or down the Cape or visiting friends or relatives or whatever. But anyway, we'll see. Maybe somebody will pop on. That would be lovely. And oh, it is 10 o'clock. Okay, so yay, good morning. It is July 1st, 2022, weekend of July 4th, Independence Day. Well, first of all, it's a glorious day, and it's going to be not nice tomorrow, but it's going to be nice on Sunday and Monday, so that's really good. So if you are with me, please pop on and say hi. It's time to do some stamping. But before we start with the stamping for the week, I did have a few questions last week about the quilting card. So what I did was, let me just well, first of all, let me move this over so you can see. I'm going to show you something here. That might help you with this to make this quilting card. So what I did was I made a very large piece of paper. I took a very large piece of paper, a square piece of paper. It's actually this piece, the crumb cake piece. This piece actually is 2 5/8 square. But what I did was I made this huge, wait a minute, let me see if I can just make this a little bit smaller so you can see. Okay, there we go. So what I did was I made a big piece like this so you can see easier. Hi, Jean. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And how is it in Maine this morning? Is it a lovely day up there? I hope so. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is a very enlarged version of this 2 5/8 inch square of the crumb cake because I think it'll make a little bit more sense. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pieces of your designer paper. You're going to take 4 of them. You're going to put adhesive on one, and this is the where it's going to go. See, adhesive number 1. So that's the only place that you have adhesive. Then, glorious day, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Say hi to Touch for me. Okay, now you're going to turn it, and then you're going to go to adhesive, square number 2, and you're going to put the adhesive on the top again. Put that right on here, like this. Then turn it again to the 3rd square, right here, and your adhesive goes on the top, just on the top, and then you turn it one more time so that you can get the adhesive on the 4th piece and put it like this. So that means all of these center pieces are open for you. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your next piece, which is your contrast designer paper, and you're going to put adhesive on one side, and then the whole point is this piece of adhesive is going to go onto square 1 like this. So you lift up panel number 2, you put the point in right to the center just like that. The adhesive is going to be secured to this piece, and it's going to come on like this. So there you have your first contrasting piece. And the most important part is that you want to make sure that this is nice and square. You don't want it cattywampus like that. You don't want it cattywampus like this. You've got to make sure that this point comes to the center right there, and then you angle it so that it is perfectly square. And you can use your grid paper to make sure that it's nice and aligned with a line on your grid paper. And then you turn it again, and you put the next one in. Just the same way, you put adhesive on the corner like that, and then the adhesive is going to go right on this. Lift this one up, bring that in, bring that point to the center. There you go. There's that one. And then you turn it again. Is this making sense? Jean, is this making more sense? Okay, there's the adhesive. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it just like that, like this, like this. And then you're going to turn it one more time, and this is the last one that goes in. So you put your adhesive here, and your adhesive is going to come in just like this, and there is the point, and there you go. How easy is that? Does that make more sense? I hope it does. Okay, so there you go. So that was the tip. A couple people were a little concerned. So anyway, let's get back to what we're doing today. Absolutely. Thank you, Jean. Okie dokie. All right, so today, these are the cards. Let me just bring this in just a little bit more. So you can see it a little. There we go. Okay. So these are the cards that we're going to do today. Christmas card, this is week number 5, I think, week number 5. So after today, you've got 10 cards. And then this is the note card that we're going to make. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with the note card. So let me take this away like that and bring in all the supplies that I need for the note card. So the first thing I need is a piece of a basic white cardstock. And of course, it's already been cut and scored. So now I'm just going to fold it like this, get this done like this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, next thing is, then I'm going to take a piece of basic white, and this time, this piece of basic white is actually 5 3/4. No, it's not 5 3/4. Let me measure this for you. It's actually 3.5 by 5, 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, and then I took a piece of Calypso coral, and I just wanted to have a little tiny edge all the way around, not a big edge, a little tiny edge all the way around. So this is just a 1/8 of an inch larger, an 1/8 of an inch larger. Okay, so now what I did was I took the True Beauty stamp set, which I absolutely love. I just love the floral images, and I'm going to shake this up a little bit differently. This is the sample. This is the sample using the same stamp set, but I'm going to shake it up just a little bit, and I'm going to use this image right here and this flower. So let's start with the stem. I think what I'm going to use is Pear Pizzazz. Maybe not Pear Pizzazz. Let me think. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to use Old Olive. I'm going to use Old Olive, and I'm going to stamp the stems right in the middle, sort of like that. Okay, then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take, I am going to take this flower. Good morning. How are you? I'm good. My friend Kathy just came over. All right, now I'm going to take this flower, and I'm going to put that flower, let's see, I'm going to put it right here, like this. Like, ooh, that's pretty. Now let me see what else I'm going to do. I think I'm going to stamp, all right, I'm going to stamp another one down here, but I'm not going to re-ink it. I'm just going to, oh, I like that. I do like that. Now let me just take this, and actually what I think I'm going to do is take the envelope and stamp a flower on the envelope, and then I'm going to come back in and stamp one more here. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to come in with the leaves. I'm going to take this leaf, this little tiny leaf, and I'm going to stamp it once here and once here and maybe another one here and here. I think that kind of looks pretty different. It's different. And then I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take the same flower, and this one I'm going to use the Calypso Coral ink. So let me take this and clean this off. Here we go. And just add a little, because I've got the Calypso Coral as the base, I want to incorporate some of that color to the paper, my own little designer paper. All right, so I'm going to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it. Let me just see. I think this what I'm going to do here is I am going to stamp the inside of my card with this, like that. And then I'm going to come back over here and stamp it once and then twice. Okay, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, folks. What do you think? What do you think? Good morning, Barbara. Good morning. I'm really happy that I've got peeps with me this morning because it's a holiday weekend. I didn't think anybody would be on board, but thank you so much for joining in. Okay, so that's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere it to my Calypso Coral base. So let me get my snail and just add a little bit of adhesive on the perimeter here, like that. And then I'm going to put this on like this. Now, if you noticed on the sample, I had a piece of ribbon, and this is an oldie but a goodie. I absolutely love this. This little, no problem. And so what I'm going to show you, let me just show you the card first. I'll bring this back in so you can see it. You see how I've got this ribbon attached at the top? This is an oldie technique. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. So anytime you want to add ribbon like this and not do a bow and not do a knot, but you want to thread it through your layers, what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of cardstock and you're going to measure it, the width of the piece of cardstock that you're going to apply it to. So in this situation, I made it as large as the Calypso coral layer. And then I just add, this is probably close to 2 inches in depth. It doesn't really matter because what you're concerned with most is this top area. So then what you do is you find the midpoint. And once you find the midpoint, I made a line all the way down. And then what I did was I took my hole punch and I lined up this piece of metal with the line, the center line of that, and I went and I made a punch there, and then I did the same thing on this side and made a punch there. So now I have my template. So now what I can do is I can take this and bring this over to the back side. I want the back side because I don't want to make any messes on the front. And I'm going to take a pen or a pencil, doesn't matter, and I'm just going to put a dot in the center of the punched out dots. Like this, okay? See that? There you go. Holes, there you go. Perfect, okay. So now I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to come in and I'm going to punch it. And if you hold your punch to the side, you can see that the punch itself is going to be dead center of the ink circle that you made. So we're just going to punch like that. So now I've got the 2 holes. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for popping on. All right, now I took a piece of polished pink ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread one end through the front like this, and then I'm going to take this other end and thread it through the front just like this. Whoops, there we go, like that. And now I'm going to pull it so that I get those ends nice. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crisscross it. And I'm going to take this end and push it through like this. Well, sometimes this is a very delicate ribbon. So let me just, there we go. Okay, pull it through and then push this other one aside and take the other end and crisscross it and put it through the other little hole just like that. Whoops, let me get this in. Sometimes I'm going to use my little scissors just to push that end in. There we go. And now I'm going to bring these to the front. So I'm got both ends just like that. And I'm going to pull it like this. Look at how pretty that looks. Okay? And I pull it nice and tight so it's going to lie flat in the back, as flat as it possibly can be. And then I'm going to bring this to the front. Make sure I like the way that it looks. And I'm just going to snip this. And I'm going to snip this. Actually, this was a little bit long, but that's okay. I'll use those scraps later. But look at how pretty that looks. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that? It just adds a little bit of accent. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock. Now, what did I do with it? You know what I did? Hold on a minute. What did I do with it? Let me get another little scrap. Okay, here we go. I don't know. You know that I'm going to find this, of course, as soon as I shut this machine off today. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take the Memento ink, which is... Where is my Memento ink? I bet it's on the other table. Hold on. Yes, it is. Oh, I would have given it. No problem. Not a problem. Good for me to get up and move my knees. All right. So I'm going to take the word just because. I think this is nice and because you know how I am about fonts. I'm going to just stamp this so you can see it. Here we go, like this. Perfect. And then I am going to take this punch. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is the classic label punch. This is, I don't know how old. Oh, by the way, did you hear? That's my spa chime. I've always wanted one of those, and I saw it on Amazon, and I said, I'm going to get that. There we go. All right, here is Just Because, and I am going to just simply add this with a little bit of snail, flat, like that. And I'm just going to put it on the bottom, right here on the lower right-hand corner, just like that. A very simple card like that. Then I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to put dimensionals. And I am going to take, I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this, on the back of that ribbon, just to make sure it stays nice and flat, because this is a nice chiffon ribbon. Not chiffon, I don't know what it is. But anyway, it's very, very soft, and it could pop up. So I don't want it to pop up. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the back of that so that when I apply this, it's going to be nice and flat. And I'm going to bring in my base. Where's my base? Here's my base. Now you notice here there's a little ink spot on my base. There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. We're going to cover that thing up. Nobody is going to know that that was like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Here we go. Like that. And there is my card. Now what do you think? And here's the first one. So really, when you're doing cards like this, you can create your own designer paper. This is the one that I did last, for the sample. And then this is the one that I just did now. But it's basically the same thing, but you can do it however you want. So there is the card that we're going to do for Tuesday. Obviously, we're not meeting Monday because Monday is the 4th. So there we go. So let me just get this moved out of the way. Here is this moved. Okay, that's good. All right, now, all right, that's that. And let me bring in the next one. So now we're going to do the Christmas card, which is wicked fun. All right, let me move all this stuff out of the way. Perfect. I have plenty of space now. So here is the Christmas card. So what we're going to be using is this is all from the new catalog. Here it is. It's on page 10 of the catalog. And hopefully everybody has your new current minis and the new celebration catalog. But this is the stamp set that we're going to be using. I absolutely love it. It's really cute. Now you can do this in a couple ways. You can use the stamps and you can actually stamp your candy canes, or you can get the Designer Series paper. The Designer Series paper has sheets of the candy canes just like this, and so that's what I did. I just got this and I cut them out and fussy cut them, and I used that, but you could do it either way. So let me move the sample out of the way and let's get started here. Let me just show you. All right, so my base of course is a piece of real red cardstock already cut and scored. There we go. And then the next layer is going to be, this is wicked fun. So this is a piece of the Designer Series paper. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of the red glimmer paper and I'm going to run it through the candy cane dies, which is this die here. This is the striped die. So I have to go over to my Big Shot, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to cut this out. So hold on one single second while I go and cut this, and I will be right back. Don't move. Well, you can move if you want to move, but okay, let's see. That and this, and put this in like this, and this. Whoops, hold on, folks. I have to get this exactly correct. You want it equidistant, left, right, top, and bottom. So I have to make sure that I get this placed exactly where I want it. And I do have it placed exactly where I want it. So let me just run this through. And I'll bring this over so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. There we go. All right, so now we're going to take this off, take that off, and now lift this up. Now you're going to have all of these extra pieces to pop out like this. And we're going to save these because I'm going to come up with some other project to do with these, because this is a lot of red glimmer paper that we can use for something else. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will, because I like these little challenges. So there's this. See, we just popped these out. Dora, Doofus, good morning. It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for popping on. Hold on here. I got to get these all out. I could have done this earlier, but I didn't. But we're almost there. How's everybody today? It's such a glorious day. Beautiful. It's supposed to be nasty tomorrow, although I haven't seen a weather report for tomorrow, but I guess it is going to be really rainy. But then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's going to be glorious. So we've got a glorious day today and a little rain for the gardens tomorrow, and voila. Okay, so there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now what you're going to do is I'm going to bring in my base. I'm going to put the piece of designer paper on, just like this, with some adhesive. Let me get this. Here we go. And you can pick whatever side you want. I mean, this designer paper has lots and lots of options. So we're going to put this on. And this goes equidistant north, south, east, west, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Tombow glue and I'm going to put some adhesive on this, like this. You don't have to put it on every single section. I'm going to do the perimeter, like you can see what I'm doing here now. There we go. And just maybe a couple of these on the wider pieces. Good morning, Jean and Joe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome aboard. Thanks for popping in. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to bring this right onto my designer paper, just like this. And there is a little bit of an edge. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Now let me get this off here. I'll take that off. There we go. Press this down nicely. Look at that. Now you might have to trim off a little tiny smidgeola on the bottom, which I do. It's not a big deal. Actually, I'm going to bring in my little trimmer and do that with my little trimmer just because I can. There we go. Perfect. I mean, this was like a 1/164th of an inch of piece of paper, but there we go. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to set this aside for a second, and I'm going to do the inside. Now the inside of my card, what I think I'm going to do for the inside of the card is stamp this. Wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always. And I'm going to use this in, I think I'm going to do it in red, real red. So let me do this first, ink this up, and get this on nice and straight. Now, because I probably am going to be doing a lot of these for Christmas, I'm going to use my Stamparatus, but for right now, I'm just going to do it like that. So that works. That's perfect. I like that. Okay, that looks good. And then I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take this green leaf. It kind of looks like a holly leaf, very similar to the ones that I've got on the card itself. And I'm just going to add maybe 1 and 2 and 3 like that. I like that. That looks kind of nice. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I will do one on the envelope. What did I do with the envelope? I don't know what I did with the envelope. Let me get an envelope. For heaven's sakes. You think you get everything ready here. Oh, here it is. I put it back. Ha! All right, so my envelope is going to have the same thing on it. I'm going to take some of the Garden Green ink and I'm just going to stamp it like this. There, like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, oh, you know what else I'm going to do? Wait a minute. First of all, I got to put this back on. Always put your little pen, your little quilt pin back into your Tombow thing so that that lumen stays nice and patent, because you don't want it to get clogged. But even if it gets clogged, we can fix it. We have ways. All right, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to take the candy cane stamp and I'm going to stamp this in real red. And I'm going to bring this in and just stamp right on top like this. Aw, that's kind of cute. And then, yes, I like it. I think it's cute. And you know what else I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do the little flap in the back, just because I can. So there's one, and there's another one. Actually, you know what? On the next one, what I'll do is I'll do it. Wait a minute. Let me bring one over like this so it looks intentional. There we go. Candy canes. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. All right. Candy canes Candy cane and greenery. Maybe I rethink that a little bit, but that's okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is the, you can see that there is a little banner here that says Christmas candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. So this is really cute. So what I did was I took one of the dies from the set. This is from the candy cane dies, and I took this die. I love this die. This has got a lot of versatility. So I cut it out already. I'm going to take the message, and I'm going to stamp it right here, like that. And then, let me close this up. And then I'm only going to use 2/3 of this banner. So I'm going to bring in my little trimmer and trim this off. Like this, just like this. Perfect. And now I have this, and then I already went ahead and cut out some of the leaves that I needed. So I've got my 3 leaves, I've got my banner, I've got my 2 little candy canes that I've already cut out. So now it's assembly time. So I'm going to bring in my card base, and I am going to put my candy canes on first. So I'm going to put them on like this. And what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm probably going to use some tear tape. And the reason I'm going to use tear tape is because when you apply, when you're trying to adhere something to a layer of glimmer paper, sometimes it's a little tricky. So I'm just going to do tear tape, which is a wonderful adhesive. It sticks beautifully, as we all know. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. You don't have to do the whole thing. So there, let's get this off. There's one piece, and let me put this one, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to put this one like this. Perfect. Perfect. And then I'm going to take this one with the green. And again, you could have stamped these. Hi, Elaine. Good morning. Welcome aboard. You could easily have stamped these out, which, you know, I might do because there are dies to cut them out. If you get the bundle, you're going to get the dies to go with it. So there we go. So I'm going to put this like this. Actually, I'm going to put this down just a little like that. Okay, there's that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my greenery. So let me just put 2 pieces of greenery. And I'm just going to... Now, I could have used some of the Sizzix paper, but you don't have to. You could just use a little bit of the Tombow like I'm doing here. As you can see, you don't have to put it on every single section. There we go, because this Tombow sticks very nicely too. So let me just go ahead and put, oh, here's my new toy. Do you feel like you're in a spa? I saw that on Amazon and I said, I have to have it. I just have to have it because it's too darn cute and I like it. And I like the noise that it makes because it reminds me of being in a spa and being relaxed. So, yeah. And it's also, if I want to call my pool boy, I just ring that and my pool boy comes running. Oh, gosh. All right, I'm going to put this one down here like this. Sometimes you just have to press them down for a minute or two until it sticks. And then I'm going to bring this one in. And just a few more little dots. I love this little... applicator that Nancy gave me. I actually got some, so people who come to my class, if you come to my in-house class, I'm going to give you one because I think it's just a tool that you need to have. It works really, really well. Okay, so I'm going to put that one there. Perfect. Okay, now let me see. Where's my pin? Oh, here it is right here. You got to put this in. You absolutely have to put that in to keep that nice and secure. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little message, and this message is going to go on with dimensionals. I'm going to put a couple on here like this, just 2. I think 2 is good. And then, okay, so I'm going to put that on like about right here, like that. And then I'm going to make my bow. So here is my ribbon. I don't know if this is going to be long enough, but let's just see. So if I can do bunny ears, there are my bunny ears. And I'm going to pull this in like this. Let's see if this will work. Okay. Ooh, I think it's going to work. Shocking, but it did. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to take my glue dots. Now, what did I do with the glue dots? They're around here somewhere. Here are my glue dots. And I need to take my little pick-me-up tool. I'm going to use probably, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue dots actually on my banner like this. Just like that. Lift that up and lift this up just like that. And I'm going to bring in my bow and put it right on like this. Perfect. Then I'm going to take my ribbon scissors and I'm going to trim this edge out. I'm going to give it a little bevel edge like that. And I'm going to bevel this one out like that. And then I think what I might do is, of course, I think Winky. Where's my Winky? My Wink of Stella. Where are you, Winky? I put you down here. I know I did. Here you go. All right, I think I'm going to just wink these up a little. Oh, yeah, these have to be winked just a little tiny bit. This gives a little bit of extra contrast to this. Let me see. Just a little, like this. There we go, like that. And then, almost done. Perfect. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, too, here, I'm going to trim this little edge off. I don't like this little edge hanging on my, you see the little edge on the stem. Good morning, Colleen. Nice to have you on board, too. There we go. That looks better. That makes me happy. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these new red, green, and adhesive back pearls. It's actually, they're gold, silver, green, and red. And I'm going to pick one. I think on this one what we'll do is, let's see. I think what I'll do is I will do the green one. And I'm going to put it right here like that. There we go, like that. And there you have it. Now let's put the inside in. Let me bring this over, add a little bit of adhesive to this. Love my silicone pad, folks. Absolutely love my silicone pad. It makes me not a messy person. Or, well, that's not true. You all know me. I am a messy person. There we go. Now this is, I think this is just a really special card for people, for a very special person for Christmas. It takes a little bit of work, but there we go. So there is my inside. There is my outside. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Oh, gosh. So these are the cards that we're going to do Tuesday of next week. Not Monday, because Monday is the holiday. So we've got this one and this one. So, all right, so now, a couple things. Everybody knows this is July 1st, so that means the new catalogs are absolutely live for you. So if you came to Barbara's Bucks, or if you're planning to come to Barbara's Bucks, and you're going to purchase at least $50 of my products, you're able to get something from the new Celebration catalog. And so for those of you who have already come to Barbara's Bucks, I'll be placing those orders, and I will send you an email to make sure that what you have ordered is absolutely correct before I hit the send button. So that's that. So if you're interested in Barbara's Bucks, come on down. I've got lots of great things left, and I'd be happy to let you purchase some of those, and then you can turn it into a win-win situation and get more free stuff from Celebration. So that's the story. So if you're going to come next Tuesday morning to make this card and this card, please let me know. Please let me know. You can make as many as you want. 4 cards for $12 or whatever combination thereof you want. And that's it. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful 4th of July weekend. I hope that you do some fun things, relaxing things, whatever it is. And I will see you next Friday. I will see some of you on Tuesday morning. And I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for spending time with me on Friday mornings. I appreciate it. Namaste, my friends. Until next week.